Hey everyone, the purpose of this video is to introduce the basics of formatted papers in MLA. Now, no matter what platform you use, you have to have the same requirements. It's just how do you find it? So in Microsoft Word today, I'm going to show you a couple of tricks to know where to go to do this properly. MLA format for paper covers the header, the heading block, which I call information block to kind of make it clearer, the title, a works cited page, and all of those have their own facets. We're going to talk about everything but works cited today because we'll cover that at another time. So when you first open your Word doc, the first thing you want to do is make sure your font is correct. While MLA does say that you can have any type of like serif font, to make it easy to remember, for me, it needs to be Times New Roman, and it always has to be 12 point, no matter what. So do Times New Roman, 12 point font, very easy to remember. So now that I have that set up, I'm going to start typing my information. Your information block always has the same thing. It only goes on page 1 and it goes in the body of the paragraph. It doesn't go in the header or anywhere else. So it's your first name, your last name, your instructor name, the course name, and then the date, which should be date, month, year. When I'm done with that, I'm going to hit enter. So with this part, I'm now ready to move on to my title. I'm only going to hit enter once, not 2 times, not 3 times. I'm going to center line. I'll put my title, which should reflect the content of my essay, not the assignment name. And then I hit enter once again and go back over. And now I can start with my first paragraph. You'll notice a couple things here. One, there's no extra space between my information block, the title, and my paragraph. It should not be floating on its own. 2, my font is not a different size or type for my title. And 3, I'm not underlining or bolding it. It's just plain, boring text giving me my title. The last step for my body of my paragraph that we're going to cover today is I'm going to select everything and I need to get to the paragraph option. I can either use this arrow or I can right click and scroll down to paragraph. But once it pops up, there's 2 things you need to do. The first thing would be moving your line spacing to double. And the second thing is to click this box that says don't add space between paragraphs of the same style. If you notice over here for my information block and everything, they added a gap between each line because to them those are different paragraphs. And Microsoft Word auto defaults to adding space between paragraphs of the same style. We don't want that option, so click that box and hit OK. The next thing I'm going to have you do is the header. The easiest way to put in your page numbers is to go to Insert, Page Number, Top of Page, plain number 3. MLA says that your page number should be in the top right corner. You don't have lines under it. They shouldn't be bold. None of those fancy things. You just want a plain number in the top right corner. You do not type in the number yourself because it's always going to stay on the same number if it's in the header because the header does not change unless you do some fancy things and tell it to. You also don't put it down here with the body of your paragraph. It goes up here to live on its own and the computer will automatically fix it for you. You'll also notice that I added last name here, but we have one more thing to do. This is now in Calibri 11-point font, and if you remember, we're supposed to be in Times New Roman 12-point font, so we have to make sure we update this. This is something that students often forget, so don't forget to go in and make sure you update this to Times New Roman 12-point font as well. Let me know if you have any questions.